The OMI, also known as Ocean View Merced Heights Ingleside, is located in the southwestern part of San Francisco. The Ingleside neighborhood is bordered by Ocean Avenue to the north, Ashton Avenue to the west, Lakeview Avenue to the south, and Interstate 280 to the east. The Ocean View neighborhood is to the south of Ingleside, with Interstate 280 on its southern and eastern border. Merced Heights is west of the Ingleside and Ocean View neighborhoods. Overall, OMI is mostly a residential area with several small businesses on certain streets. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, also known as the UDHR, was created when the desire for peace escalated after the genocides of World War II. It lists the fundamental rights of all people of the world. Although not a legally binding document, the Declaration serves a guideline for all countries and their governments to create a more equal and peaceful world. Sadly, these universal rights are not completely present internationally or locally. Due to the lack of connections between middle-aged adults in the community, many of these residents living in the OMI area in San Francisco do not have an adequate standard of living that is stated in Article 25.1 of the UDHR. Conditions such as old age, sickness, loss of jobs, and disability restrict standard of living for adults, as many resources in the community only cater to the elderly.
Here is where I basically operate at. And we have different days of the week, we have different things going on. Different times of the month, we have different things going on. It all depends. Like this month, we have Mondays are considered ESL classes, scrapbooking, arts and crafts. Tuesday of this month, we have, which is March, we have UCSF students that are becoming nurses coming in to do blood pressure checks with the seniors, to interact with them, play cards with them, just to talk to them.
At St. Amelia's, we have a small senior club, and I've participated there. I went down to OMI, that's the one on Ocean Avenue. I've participated there. I'm president of our small club at St. Amelia's, and every Wednesday we have a little bingo group, and anybody can come. You know, it's not just the Catholics. Anybody that wants to come and join can come and join. And I'm very active, period. And I go by cash.
We have a contract with the food bank where we give out food to over 300 seniors that are low income in the OMI area. And that happens every single Thursday. It starts at 8:30 and ends at 1 o'clock. And I have 300 seniors running through here every Thursday to get free food.
The food banks are kind of, it's almost like a clique. If you don't know someone, you always feel like you're being pushed at the end of the line, and there's stuff that's always taken by, you know, the workers. I mean, you get to know what's going on after a while, but you know, they do give us food, but it's like, okay, you can have 1 banana, you can have 2 apple, you know.
Yeah, I know exactly what
you know, it kind of makes you feel, you know, you don't
do
want
a little favoritism to others.
Yes. But I don't complain about it, it's just the way it is, you know.
Think about the standard of living for middle-aged people in the neighborhood.
That's a tough one, because I would say very good, but if they're in the bracket where they're going to lose their jobs, then, you know, with everything that's going on, I would say probably not good. But I would say that the standard of living, I would say from the lowest to the highest, is probably pretty good in our area.
My name is Gene Payet, and I'm a homeowner, and I was in default because I lost my job, and my house got on a trustee sale. It was auctioned off, and I was served by an unlawful detainer, and then the judge ruled over the bank, and I'm facing eviction. I'd like to know how I could get help.
There's a disconnect between the organizations as far as providing services I think we need to, all of the organizations need to get together to figure out what it is that we're doing for the seniors, and then expand the program, because we have food giveaway programs in the neighborhood, but if you cannot get to the food, you don't get any. They don't have a delivery service for the shut-in.
Just because it seems like a lot of the elderly people here, you know, they come from professional fields, so I think they live pretty good. Especially if you compare it to the rest of the city, I think the seniors in this neighborhood are doing pretty well.
That's why things are like this, because people don't care. If they cared more about their community, their neighborhood, you wouldn't see things like this. Graffiti everywhere, all in corner store with bars, you know. Every house on this block got a gate.
Young people in this community definitely lack services, especially transitional age youth. And I guess the city classifies that as 18 to 25-year-olds. There's nothing in this neighborhood for them. In the city overall, services are limited, and in this neighborhood that is really overlooked by the city, that population, you know, there's a definite high need. If you come over here, you know, a lot of people will say that there are a lot of that age group outside, and you know, to some people it's a nuisance, but you know, it's definitely a reflection of a lack of services in this neighborhood. So yes, sometimes when we get older and we have to deal with our own issues, we forget that we're a part of a community, and that we forget that just because people don't look like us or they're not the same age as us, that you know, they should also be considered as part of your community too, and you should try to reach out to those people as well. And so I think, well, I hope that when I do become, you know, elder, that was something that I will be able to, you know, I'll be able to uphold.